I used to want horse fame and misogyny, but I was raised on a block where they're quick to claim poverty. I loved to listen to words of wisdom and strong ambition was novelty, so when I was screaming books, man, them was screaming mockeries. But a few years later, they were calling me a prodigy. It says it all when you put me on a pedestal, but I shouldn't be seen as a saint. That's a false picture to paint. I just decided that I had to be relevant. Regardless of the attitudes that were prevalent, like acting negligent and being detriment towards everything essential to my development, my father made sure that I valued the pursuit of intelligence. But I'm from the south where so many are trapped in corridors of the violent. They can't open doors locked in by the silence. Windows vibrating from the noise of the sirens, youths running through darkness like children taunted by tyrants. Let's hope then assail haunted by pirates. Gunshots making legs tremble like an earthquake was sent from the Mayans. Chaos is invading the land of the quiet. Pain is pervading the young man and it feels timeless. He views school like prison. Trapped for 5 hours, trapped in tight trousers, ideas in his head, but no one's gonna listen. He's complaining to me that they don't stimulate me for the whole year, so of course I'm not gonna face a test with no fear. I'm gonna flop at the exam crunch time because my favourite part of the day was lunchtime. Their belief in me was only one time, their attention to me was only sometime. So I'm on a plane to boredom, and it's a shit destination, and I'm looking at all these equations, authors and codes, wondering, what is it gonna do for me when I'm out on the road? You claim there's a point to all of this studying, but the man them watching me on the other side of the street, that's what's got me worrying. The boy them with the knives and the knives, that's what's got me hurrying. So stop forcing school down my throat like you own me. Stop trying to chat to a man like you know me. Uniform's just another way to control me. You never gave a damn in the first place. Mum doesn't understand either because it wasn't this deep in her day, but when you see blood spilt in this London town, there's no resurrection on the third day. Because the elders are quick to remind you that you only live once, remember? What's a summer exam gonna do for you in the cold of December? It might be good enough for you hippies and you lovers, but it hasn't stopped me from burying brothers, and it won't stop me from telling these mothers their kids are gonna get nicked just like the others. You see, no teacher has ever done anything for man. I look at you, the feds and the social workers, and I see another gang, so I'm gonna make my own plans. But my desires come first, and I couldn't give a damn if I turn out for the worst. I'm already living in a London town that's cursed. And then I told him, by making outlandish statements in a vain attempt to move adjacent to a so-called conformist pavement, you lose by default. We are sick of young black men and their sob stories. We want to see black men in successful results. You're the reason they have a deep fear of us. Because I know for a fact when debates about social equality and the state of economy pop up, you'll be the first to complain that, swear down, they don't want to hear from us. Well, who do you think's to blame for that? We already have this handicap that all we're good for is sport and rap. And you might have been phased with the wall to your back, and you might get phased when you don't see racks, but you should resent it when a man comes to you and says, you're doing well for someone who's black. They already look at us like a viral infection, so why willfully enhance the messed up perception that we're the only race that's lacking in perfection? And I understand that the system's nuts. I understand that the system is fucked. But you use that excuse as a ruse to refuse to grow up, and you choose to live in a world where you don't have to own up, because putting in work might force you to show up. Putting in work might force you to show love. You don't care about the hood. Charles Dickens has done more for the hood than you. Because from an early age he was discussing how these kids deserve more than cleaning factories and minimum wage. And William Shakespeare was really good into tapping into people's fears. And even though Hollywood doesn't want to make it clear, Romeo and Juliet was not a love story, it was a tragedy about gang warfare. So you need to get up and listen, and figure out how to use the tools that you've been given. And you might not yet understand what I'm saying, but life starts to improve the second you stop complaining. So stop complaining. Come out of your shell. I was never given a good deck of cards in this life, but my father taught me how to play a poor hand well, so don't try to tell me you've been through hell. I ain't ever seen you when your legs stood up. You'll always find darkness if you look into despair. I suggest this time you look up.